Hello everyone, welcome to the darkness that is my plant room. You will notice there's nothing behind me. I actually had to turn the lights off overhead because it was just shining directly on me and it looked even worse than this looks. But the lighting isn't going to be like this the whole video. It's just the only place that I could sit without showing you everything just yet. So in past videos, I have hinted that I've been wanting to redo my plant room for quite some time. I've been fiddling with a few ideas and finally landed on one that was going to be the least expensive, the least amount of work, and that's it. Least expensive and least amount of work. There were a few other ideas that I really wanted to execute, but it just would have been a headache trying to get these things home, fitting it in my car, trying to install it. I needed something fast. Basically how this whole rejig came up is we've had a series of earthquakes here in Vancouver. Nothing crazy. The biggest one was a 5.1. Strong enough to knock some things over, but you know, there was no like destruction. It was still really scary and it made me want to earthquake proof the entire house, not just for me and my husband and Pudge's safety, but we now have a 9-month-old running around. And yeah, in that process, I redid basically the entire apartment. My living room does not look the way that it used to. I will talk about that in another video. It might be the next video that goes up after this, but my plant room essentially got gutted. I sold most of my exos. I sold shelves and I'm just starting over kind of. So in this first part, I'm just gonna show you what it looks like right now. It's crazy because I did a lot of things off camera. It was too stressful to try and film and do all of this at the same time. So I think I'm gonna start the process here now where I kind of have a foundation and now I'm just doing like finishing touches. So let me give you a zip around the plant room and just show you what is left of what I had. And then I will take you through what we're going to be doing. Walking in, sorry, obviously ignore the big old light in the way, but it's a hot mess right now. As you'll see, I moved one of my plant shelves into the plant room and there's this big old space here in the corner. It's always been such an awkward corner because it's like if I put a shelf up here, it's like there would be like a dead space here because if I pushed it up against it, it would be weird. But what I'm gonna try is bringing the second shelf because as some of you guys know, I have two of these bad boys. It should fit perfectly side by side so I can still have my like little dream shelf set up. But yeah, it's just gonna go along this entire wall. And then on this side, I just have my remaining EXO, which I'm not planning to get rid of because I really actually like this size. But the big one is gone, the small one is gone, and this is all that I've pretty much kept from my previous plant room setup. So I don't like that you can see me. So this is pretty much gonna stay where it is, I think. I don't think I'm gonna be changing the layout unless it looks really bad with the shelf here. Honestly, I'm not feeling super confident that it's gonna look nice right away, or I'm not even sure I'm gonna like the layout. I'm just gonna see, but I'm doing a complete living room makeover basically, which I will kind of take you through as well, like I said. And I need that shelf out because I ordered a brand new shelf, which should be here in the next 2 days. So what I'm gonna do is gut the shelf that's in the living room and then I'm gonna bring it up here. All of these have just been placed, like literally just thrown where they fit. So I'm gonna completely redo all of this as well. I was gonna paint this wall, like I wanted to do maybe like a black wall or something, but honestly, it's just way too much work. If I owned this place, for sure, I would remove all of these. This actually came with the unit. These are just like IKEA built-ins, which I don't really love, but I wouldn't be able to paint behind the cabinet because it's like screwed into the wall and it's just too much work. Like if our landlord decides in a year that he wants us out, it's just so much work all for just what seems like nothing. But anyway, this is what it looks like now. Let me give you kind of like a further view. don't look at my messy closet. So I'm just standing here by the wall. We've got this shelf. I still have those two lights. I'm gonna have to like reconfigure it. I was thinking maybe of doing track lights in here too, but I just don't have the budget for that. So I'm gonna have to make these two work somehow with the plants that go along here. And then like obviously I want my tortum to still be getting a lot of light. I want my patio to be getting a lot of light. So I'll have to see, but yeah, that's what that looks like. I need to also try and utilize this area as much as possible for seedlings, props, rehabs. So I still need my loamy to fit under here, but I'm almost thinking I can raise this a bit or like put a shelf right here and then put the loamy on the ground so that I can have more seedlings, because this is a little bit large just for this little loamy. So yeah, I might have to like rejig some things down here. I'm doing another restock with my friends in a few weeks. I think we're gonna do one in 2 weeks. So I need to purge a lot of this. A lot of seedlings and a lot of props are ready to go. So yeah, anyway, that's what the plant room looks like. It's a hot mess. While you guys are here, my original plan was actually to move these cabinets onto here, since I don't ever open these windows and it's just kind of like a weird dead space. And then I was gonna do like my main plant focus area like along here, but it was just too much work to move the cabinets, and I just did not have it in me, basically. And then also my original plan for this wall was to install basically like a floor to ceiling slat wall shelf. If you guys don't know what that is, it's basically like store fixtures or like store shelving, where you install this panel onto a wall, and then you can like lock in these little like brackets, shelf brackets, so that you can lay shelves like wherever, and it's got like rows and rows and rows so that you can adjust the shelves to whatever you need. And for me, that would have been ideal, because then I could just adjust them as the plants are growing, and I wouldn't need to do nails and screws and all that. It was just a matter of moving the brackets. But the panels came in like 4x4 panels and 8x4, 16x4, and basically none would have fit in my car. So I had to scrap that idea. But since I got a brand new shelf for the living room, and I really love the new shelf that's going in the living room, at least I can still use these shelves, because there was no way I was gonna get rid of them. Okay, so basically I need to make enough space to kind of just like maneuver my shelf into this plant room. I'm not gonna show you gutting the shelf, because I don't actually want you, see, this is why. This lighting up here makes me look bald, pitch bald. I don't want you guys to see the living room yet, because I want to show it in that other video that I'm filming. And yeah, so the next frame, you will probably just see the shelf inside the plant room. Just want to see if it's gonna fit. I think it will. Like a glove. Oh my Lanta, it fits. It is so weird to see it in this room. What is life? All right, I'm on my phone. I just wanted to give you a good idea of what it actually looked like against the wall. It's kind of hard to tell with my camera over here, but I'm gonna try and move back as much as possible. This is the new wall. I actually really like it here. I think that it looks really nice, and once it's all styled and the lights are on, it's gonna look great. But I will admit, I'm a little bit thrown by this dead space. Oh my God. It just feels like something's supposed to be here, or like if this wasn't jutting out so much, it was like a little bit further back, I could probably, I don't know. I wish that it was like big enough to squeeze my plant cart through, but like then I would cover all the plants here. Anyway, is it something I can get used to? Probably. It's throwing me off a little bit. Another thing I could do is like, well, I don't have a dracena anymore, but do some sort of like tree or elbow. Maybe I can move my elbow here. I don't know I don't know. I'm not gonna worry about that yet. I think my goal for today is to get all the plants placed here, get all the lighting back on, get everything back on timers, figure out this situation, and then I will kind of walk you through other plans that I maybe have for the plant room. But yeah, I don't know. I wanna gut it, but I have no space. Usually I like to start with a clean slate. Like I don't want any plants on the shelf so that I can just style everything from scratch, but I don't really have the room for that. So I'm just gonna work with what I have. First things first, I think I wanna try to get the lights on. Oh, okay. The top one needs something, okay. Figuring out the light, my reflection scared me so bad. I thought this was another person. The lighting situation always confuses me. It's just too big a task for my little brain. I can't. Okay, so this is all connected. If I plug it in, okay, on. I actually think I'm gonna shift everything this away so that I can put my ladder still where it was. So I'm just gonna push it up. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna be sliding around. I am not oh my gosh, my Brielle. Look at my Brielle leaf. Oh no. Oh no. With this new shelf in my plant room, I'm not going for the same aesthetic that I had out in my living room. The bottom shelf, like the entire bottom here, are gonna be for props and seedlings and stuff. Like I'll probably have bins and all those things in there. Just because you don't really ever see it down here, and I'll start doing plants on this shelf and higher. Light, we have light. Oh, sorry, I am wearing shorts. It's just, they're very short. I was feeling a little scandalous today. Yeah. That's what you get for being a hoe. Okay, so we have light. I'm very excited. So like I said, I'm not going for the same aesthetic in the living room. Bottom shelf is gonna be for props, and I'm not bringing really any of my trailing plants in here besides what's in here already, or like whatever won't fit out in the living room. I'm gonna try and do all my trailing plants in the living room, but they're not all gonna fit. Realistically, the new shelf that I got is smaller, much smaller than this. So some will be here, but it's gonna be mostly just aeroids. So I think where I'm gonna start is by placing the trailing plants, because that's usually where I start, and I like to disperse it evenly on the shelf so that they're usually on different levels and stuff. These big guys will probably be on the top, but it's gonna change a lot as my needs change. I keep getting a wedgie. I can already see this one I'm selling, this elbow, so this does not belong here. I think that okay, so I got this guy, my Pally, which I kind of sort of want like focal, I think. So maybe right here, Brielle moves. And then a lot of my climbers, my philodendron, are gonna be up at the top. So let me give you a different angle. I'm gonna try and do sort of like a double filming situation here with my phone, but where I'm not skilled enough for this. This is too hard. That's what she said. Okay, I can't see anything that's on my phone, so I might get it in the shot, I might not, who knows. So okay, again, big plants and philodendron and monstera and basically all the climbers go at the top. I'm almost wondering if I move my tortum and my patty. Okay, oh yeah, okay, sorry. Usually when I do projects like this, I have all the time in the world and I can really just again, take my sweet time, but I don't have that luxury anymore. Also, everything needs to be watered. Everything is so dry in here, including my skin. It has been so dry in Canada. I don't know what it is, but okay, I'm gonna put that here. Maybe I do my tortum in the corner because I have to point both grow lights this way, I think, until I can get a third grow light or figure out what that situation is. So I'm gonna move this tortum. Oh gosh. Please don't fall. Oh no. Okay. I think I have to move this Ripsalis. It's kind of getting in the way. And then I think I'm gonna move my patty some more focal, like right here. So I need to move this. I think it can go here. Right. How's it look? Maybe I'll move you back more. Not the best view. You can't really see a lot of what's going on at the top, but I think this is where I want my patty, like really focused in the center, or like more in the center, or do I want it more on the left side? Just want to make sure everything is nice and balanced. So I've got 2 climbers, I've got big one there. So I kind of need something big on this side. I think I'm gonna do my fry deck. There's definitely not enough light. You guys have no clue how stressed I've been. Like, I started selling everything, right? I got rid of my EXO, I got rid of the shelves, I moved my TV, like everything changed. And my husband loves the new living room layout. So I'm like, well, great. If this doesn't work out, then I'm gonna have to put it back and he's gonna be so sad. So I was like, I have to make this work. And it kind of seems like the stars are aligning now. I just need to put the finishing touches on everything. And that's kind of like, not the scary part, but it's the part where I either bring my vision to life or it just turns into the absolute opposite of what I wanted, and then I'm forced to live with it. So luckily I feel like I'm more on the side of it going my way rather than it being a disaster. Doing stuff like changing the lighting and all that, like, it's not fun. And I just installed my track lights, and so I was like, oh, I'll just bring it into here, but I was like, no, I'm not doing it. So instead, I found a way to make them useful out there, which was, I'm kind of glad now that I didn't move it, but I was still like, man, what the heck am I doing? I think I'm gonna put some of the uglier ones like towards the edges where like you're not gonna see it that much. Michelle isn't ugly, but it's definitely not what I want it to look like right now. Oh, sorry, I touched the mic. Is my mic even on? Oh, good. You know what? I have said that I was gonna just keep this and try and breed it with something because I like the minimal veins, but I don't know. It's already kind of a pain to get this to grow, let alone flower and breed it. I don't know. I'm gonna put that in my maybe pile. I also want my pally to kind of be in a pretty focal area. I'm gonna move that there. This queen, you guys, the new leaf. What do I do? Why does my queen leaves always grow like this? It's like a little swoosh and then it ends up tearing as it hardens off. So I'm gonna put this in the corner. Spiritus, I kind of want closer to a grow light, so I don't like this pot situation though. So let me figure out what to put this in. It's a little better. What else do I have here? I have my variegated Billy, which needs more light. So I think I'm gonna do this one. I'll try and squeeze it right here. And I brought a bunch of anthurium out to my living room, but truth be told, I'm probably gonna have to bring some of those back just because they're not all gonna fit in the living room, even with the new shelf that I'm installing and the new like wall shelves. My King of Spades. This one is a way faster grower than my other King of Spades. I actually think I'm just gonna sell my other King of Spades completely. I think that it would do better with someone, I think it would do better with someone who was growing in a tent or not in ambient. I just feel like it deserves a better life than what I could give it here. So I think I'm gonna sell that one because I don't know, I really like this one. I don't think that I need both per se. You know, one thing that I do wish with this shelf, these shelves, I wish that there was more space between them. I suggest if you're gonna shop for a shelf, to get shelves that at least have 15 to 16 inches of clearance between each shelf, because it just makes it so much easier to place your plants. This one is 14 and it's a nightmare. Not a nightmare, but it's hard, you know, once they outgrow a certain size, it's like really, really hard to squeeze them in. Whoa, Merry Christmas. Oh my God. My red crystal cell from Dania pushed out a new leaf, but look, it's all mangled. But that's okay, she's still really cute, so I'm gonna put this here. Actually, I've got this one of my favorites, my Fort Sherman, oh, you're over here. My Fort Sherman Ralph Linum crossed with the Carla dress. It's flowering and pushing a new leaf. She is an overachiever. I want to make sure this is somewhere I can keep an eye on it. So maybe somewhere central, like over here or over here. It doesn't have the nicest leaves on it. It had spider mites and just kind of went through it. This one, Carla Bevep. This one is pushing a new leaf, which should be pretty decent in size. So I'm gonna account for the leaf growth, but I do kind of want this also in a central spot. So maybe somewhere here. But Carla leaves, I showed it in a video that I did with Alice. They tend to grow downward, like the petioles grow downward. I'll insert like a photo or a clip here. So yeah, the Carla Bevep is also doing it as well. Like it grows downward. So I usually have to put it like higher, like put it on a riser. I just can't find the size I need. I think it might be in the living room. So I'll just put it on this for now. I am a bit sniffly today. In general, I don't know why. I don't know if any other content creators, if they can relate to this, but whenever I film, my nose runs. I don't know why. I really don't. It's super annoying, and I'm always like I'm constantly blowing my nose. But I'm like extra sniffly today because I went to my nephew's soccer game yesterday and it was pouring rain and it was so cold, and we were out there for a while, and oh my gosh, I just woke up today feeling so crappy. I already knew that was gonna happen though. This red crystal port, really, I don't really know what to do with it anymore. There's so many leaves on it, and it's hard because they all face a different direction. My instinct or my gut is to chop off the leaves, but I feel like this plant has done historically better when I didn't chop the leaves off. I don't know if it has anything to do with mobile nutrients or if it's just a coinkydink, but yeah. Okay, I'm gonna move this a little bit over here. Gloriosum. Oh no, I want this also to be a focal point. I'm probably gonna be showing this in my Anthurium favorites video. Ralph Linum Fort Sherman Lux, or Lux Ralph Linum Fort Sherman. Finally giving me the size after years. I've had this plant for so long, you guys. I am just so bad at growing Anthurium. I don't know why anybody watches my Ethereum content. I have no idea what I'm doing. This is gonna go maybe here. I might actually have to put the middle lights back. I used to have lights that went in the center, but I removed them when I separated the shelves. But there's this dark spot in the center where things aren't getting any light. So that might be a problem, but I don't really want to wait and find out. I'd rather just be proactive about it. Okay, I have a cupria that looks very sad. I repotted it because it fell out of the vessel. It fell out of its vessel, and then I got it into this, but it's just not happy. It's already so risky repotting an alocasia, let alone have it fall out of its pot. But we're just gonna have faith. Oh, maybe here. Woohoo's first night. Mellow. Guys, I don't know what to do or like where to put this. My little lucky smooth leca that I found. I wanna like put it in a little case, like a little plastic case, and get a little plaque made for it. I'm so used to having like real cover pots on this shelf because it's been like my display shelf, and all of these are like plastic to go cups and stuff. So that's something I'm definitely gonna have to get used to, because I don't plan on doing the whole aesthetic thing in here. It really is going to be, hi Chicho. It's really going to just stay the same, and I also don't have it in my budget to be spending a ton on a lot of pots. I want to place this plant somewhere. This is my Crystal Mag Dark Forgetti hybrid, and it was one of my holdbacks. But the leaves are splayed out, and it's gonna be hard to place it, so I'm just gonna chop. This plant actually has a really great texture. It's like quite bubbly, not bubbly, but pebbly. I think pebbly is the right word. There, you can catch it a little bit in that light, but I don't know, I really like this one. And I'm hoping Archie will want to inherit it one day, because it's the first plant I ever hybridized or like made, and so it's kind of special. Polypodioides. Maybe I'll put it where? It's gonna go, all of my pole plants obviously have to go up here. Maybe I'll put it with my tortum and they can just blend in together. It's basically the same thing as a tortum anyway. Pushed a new leaf. This plant always kind of looked like crap. I've never been able to grow like a really nice leaf on this one. Ow, for being honest here. Okay, maybe you go here. I don't know if my Diabloense is gonna fit in these shelves. Oh, look at that. Need to clear all of these plants down here because it's supposed to just be for my rehabs. This isn't my best work, honestly. I'm probably gonna redo this entire shelf once I do my living room and I kind of move around plants and see like which ones are gonna go where, but I just wanted things off my floor because it's been hard to maneuver in here. This plant is I'm gonna cut one leaf off because it's getting in the way of things. I just inherited this plant from Alice. Crystal Mag Forgetti Lux. I really like the shape of this one. I don't have very many Lux hybrids left. I've gotten rid of a lot of them. And truth be told, who knows how long I'll have that one, because I have way too many Ethereum, honestly. Okay, so, oh my gosh, my camera. I mean, my phone is still going. Oh my gosh, it's a 25-minute video. I'm never gonna be able to airdrop this to my laptop. I think I'll move my pally into here. It is flowering. I am removing it because it smells like sperm once it's sticky. Disgusting. And I'm not planning on making any like pallies or whatever. I'm still working on the narrows. So, okay, that's gonna go in here. I think I'd like to put my forgetti back into the plant room, but where? How's about, hold on. Where I put you? Okay, how about you go here? You cannot see my Diabloense anymore, but that's okay. Forgetti. Okay, I've got trailing. How about I move this and put that? I need to repot my pally soon. And then I've got trailer. So I could put one like, oh, I have that. This can go probably here. I'm gonna bring 2 crystals in here. So this one is my Brielle black crystal that I did with Alice. And then this one is just a regular crystallinum that I got from my friend Amanda. I'm gonna have to play with like risers and stuff because there are things in the back that you cannot see. Again, not worrying about that right now. More crystallinum, 2 kind of uglyish ones. So I'm gonna put one in the corner over here, which you probably can't see me. And then I'm gonna do this one. I'm definitely going for the fuller look in this plant room. 1, I have no choice. And 2, I've tried the minimal thing. I just don't think it's for me. I think I always just naturally want to make it full. My ADHD brain wants to do like 10 things at once. Like there's 10 things in my brain that's got it. There's 10 things going on here. I'm like, purge, clean, water, but I just need to focus. One thing at a freaking time. Okay, I'm gonna just shove this in the back. Porque I don't know where else to put it. Okay, I think that's actually all I can fit on here for now. And now I need to focus down here, and I'm just gonna start throwing in all my rehabs. Okay, I've got my Drosera. You guys look, my Drosera is eating. She is eating, she is fed. There's so many fungus gnats on it. It's like gross and embarrassing, but you know, she seems happy. She's eating. Okay, I'm just pushing all of this. I need to do all of this in a repot and chat. I'm like basically gonna handle all my rehabs, or as many of them as possible, in a repot and just do a bunch of chopping and whatever. But I'm gonna just throw my Uggo plants down here. And it's actually nice because I felt so not pressured, relax, Sherman. Nobody's pressuring you to do anything. Yeah, I felt like I needed to style the bottom, and I never knew what to do because it's just like, you can't put big leaves like this down here. You end up like hitting it with your feet, and it's just awkward. So I actually like now that it has a purpose that makes sense to me. I think in a different video, we will go through one by one each plant, because when I was moving things out, I was shoving things wherever they could fit. There's like my personal plants on this shelf, rehabs, propagations, things I'm selling. It's all mixed. It's all mixed on this shelf. There's no rhyme or reason anymore. And I just, yeah, I can't quite grasp doing it right now, but I want to get to it because, well, 1, I have to. We're gonna be selling some plants. And yeah, I need to get a hold of my collection again. It's been a trying time over here. It really hasn't been that bad. I'm being dramatic. it would be nice. You know what? I'm even thinking of adding a light down here because look, I can fit my bins. And I think there's still enough space to spare that I can, yeah. I need to maximize the space. I don't even care if it's like a weird concept. I can use this for prop boxes. So let me, I have black Barinas on here, but I'm just gonna use some white Barinas because I would rather use my black ones in spaces that you can see. Oh, the bins fit still. You guys, there's literally like half an inch of clearance between the light and the bin. Okay, now I just need to do the rest under here. Someone asked me why I've decided to primarily grow in ambient despite the struggles and not having, you know, the nicest plants that I could possibly have. And if I sat here saying like, oh, I don't really want nice leaves, I would be 100% lying to you guys. Of course I want nice leaves. Of course I want like big, beautiful, you know, plants. But for me, I think as time has gone on, I've played around with the tent and the exos and the, you know, the humidifiers, and I just want this hobby to be more practical long term. And I just don't see myself always having a tent or even a plant room. Like, I want my plants to be able just to live anywhere in the house without really wondering if it's going to survive. And also, when I walk into my plant room, or even just walk by my plant room from the bathroom to the kitchen, and I get to just glance at my plants really quick without having to open a tent or open, you know, it just feels better to me. I like seeing the plants, even though the leaves aren't as nice as they could be. To me, the trade-off of being able to enjoy them out in ambient is worth it. So there have been some plants I have in my collection that have not done well at all in ambient, and it's taken like honestly a few years to even get them looking somewhat decent. So yeah, I think I just have to be patient, and if I come across plants that just don't do well in ambient, I might have to consider just getting rid of it. Because I thought, oh yeah, like I'll have this one exo, right, for high humidity plants or whatever. But realistically, once that plant gets bigger and bigger and bigger, like then what? So I just want to have lower maintenance plants. That's it. I used to have a lot of like specialty plants, like terrarium plants and stuff like that. And in theory, I love the idea, but just knowing my personality and knowing what I'll keep up with and stuff, I just don't think that I can have all of the plants that I would realistically want. It's just part of it. I'm okay with that now. I'm truly, truly okay with the idea of never owning plants that I really want, and it feels really good to feel that way, honestly. And overall, just being way less stressed about humidity, being way less stressed about perfect leaves and all of that, it just has made the hobby so much more enjoyable. It's not that I don't care. I do care. Obviously, I care, but I don't obsess over it, because I think the obsession is what can kill this hobby for a lot of people if you let that be something you fixate on a little bit too much. Oh, my Lanta. There's light. Amazing. Okay, so now, because look, I've got 4 bins of my Carla BVEP. What is this? Carla BVEP Forgetti Carla. Carla BVEP Forgetti Carla. They all have leaves now. I've had basically a 99.9% germination rate. I think there's like 2 out of 79 that didn't germinate. So it's looking pretty good. I think one thing I can do in a week of is cord maintenance, because it is the Wild West over here. I think if there are people out there that are super paranoid about like wiring and electrical fires and stuff, oh, they would hate to see. They would hate to see what I do, because it's not good. It's not a good situation down there. I'm so happy. I'm genuinely smitten and impressed with myself, and that does not happen often. Here is what it looks like. My phone's acting kind of weird right now, so the video quality might be crap. But I think everything is placed. Again, I need to go through here and like sort out all of these plants. But again, I think I'm gonna do that in a separate video. That's not really the goal of what I wanted to do. I'm gonna be moving some of these down here because I have a little bit more space in that corner. But yeah, it's just overflowing on this side. So now that all of that is placed, I need to figure out this, because I want my loamy, I think, to be a little bit higher, and then I'm gonna add more seedling shelves, I think. Oh my gosh, it is his dinner time. It's an hour until bedtime. We've gotta hustle, people. Okay, I'm gonna move this out of my loamy, which I actually I'm enjoying, but I had my first hiccup with it yesterday or this weekend, and it might be broken. But we will have to see. Okay, what I'm gonna do, because I'm not gonna lift this off, I'm just gonna remove this from where it's at, and I'm gonna push it up so that it's this seedling shelf, and then I'll just slide the loamy underneath. So this is gonna be kind of loud. One wrong move. Oh crap. I forgot this is what stabilizes it. Oh Jesus. Okay, we gotta be quick. We gotta be super quick. That was some sketchy stuff, you guys. I forgot that this shelf is what was stabilizing this whole shelf. So it all could have just, my life flashed before my eyes. Okay, I live to see another day. I just want to make sure it's really, really secure. Okay, we're fine. So now to power this baby back up, got this here. So I should still have enough clearance to get the lid off. Again, need to do a lot of cord maintenance in here. Oh, it's a thing of beauty. I feel like I might need a second light up here because it's at a diagonal. There. Or maybe we can do a sideways situation. No? Okay. All right. So I have an extra seedling shelf now. I have enough space to, but you know what? I think what I need to do is get this on some kind of roller, because when I remove the bin, I'm gonna have to slide this whole thing out. So it'll be nice to just like roll it out. So I'll have to find some kind of rolling thing, or I can probably just make one and just build one from Home Depot. But again, not worried about that right now because I think it's broken. And yeah, this part's done. I have to do so many little things like tidy up, and it's just, oh my God, it's a hot wreck. I'm not feeling good about leaving the video here. I'm just not. I almost feel like this has to be a complete start to finish. So I've changed my mind. What I'm gonna do is continue this tomorrow and just get things completely organized. And what I also want to do is get a rug. I think a rug will make it a little bit more homey in here and be less plant roomy, if that makes sense. So yeah, I want to find like a nice outdoor rug that is easily like cleanable. And then also I need to reshift the lights. I think I'm gonna move this Ripsalis because it's kind of in an awkward spot now. And then I need to figure out what's going on top here, and also figure out like if there is gonna be stuff that goes up there, what, because it's probably not gonna have any light once both of these are pointed that way. But in any case, we will continue this tomorrow, but I think that I made good headway today. Okay, it's been a few days since I filmed that first part. I did quite a bit of work off camera, and I'm gonna go around and just kind of show you what those things are. So the first one is I installed the lights in the center. I still have to clean up wires, like there's wires that are like hanging. So I just need to like zip tie them to the poles, and I really want to clean up my wires. Do not have it in me to do it anytime soon, but at some point, again, maybe like in the next week I can spend the time to actually get things maybe a little safer, like the plug situation. Yeah, get things cleaned up so that they're not all over the place. Oh yeah, I organized, so let me take you, actually I'm gonna use my phone. I decided to switch the EXO and this shelf around. I just felt like since this was pushed back a bit more and it's open, it makes the flow a little bit better rather than have this big EXO here where it just closes it off. And although it's not perfect, I actually much prefer it than the reverse. So yeah, switch these two around. You can see that the shelf is looking a lot more empty. So what I did is I pulled all of these plants are going to be sold in the restock coming up, and then I just organized it by like rehabs and props that I'm selling. I have some of my personal plants down here that are rehabbing, moved a lot of my personal plants over here, added a few more to the shelf, and now I have way more space to grow things out. So hopefully in the next 2 weeks this row will be cleared, and maybe even a little bit more. I'm just kind of waiting for things to root and look a little bit better before I get them off to new homes. This EXO, I'm not sure what the purpose is gonna be just yet. I don't actually, like the plants that are in here don't even need high humidity or anything. I don't love the idea of using it as like an isolation chamber, but I think that's gonna be the new purpose for it, like plants that are really infested with spider mites or thrips or something that needs to be separated from everything else might go in here. And since it's not so close to the shelf, it won't be as focal anymore. So kind of twiddling with that idea. Oh, another update was, remember I told you guys I needed like to get my lomi on a slider. I actually have this acrylic thing that I used to use as a cutting board. It was terrible as a cutting board. So I just moved it under, and now I can easily slide this in and out. It's not perfect, but I don't see the point in trying to get it on wheels when it's really not that big of a deal. So fix that issue. So today oh, my lights flickered. Today I need to clean up. I need to clean up here. I'm going to take down the origami butterflies. I'm gonna move them somewhere else. I don't think they're gonna be in the plant room anymore. I'm going to remove this hanging ripsalis. I'm gonna move the lights, and I think I don't know what's gonna go up here. I think I just might use it for storage for now because there's gonna be no lights on top of here, so I don't really want to put any plants. There's a few other things that I want to do too, but I will take you through that as soon as we finish up here. I'm dreading doing the lights. I really am. I don't want to move them. I don't want to move them, but I know it has to be done. I'm gonna try to do one of those double filming situations again. I don't know if this ladder is gonna be high enough. I might need to get, oh, there you are. I might need to get my taller ladder to reach the top. I hate standing on this top. Yeah, it's too short. Well, it's not too short, I'm too short. But like I said, I'm gonna try and do the double filming situation again. I don't know if I'm even getting anything in the frame over there, but we will see. Okay, whoa. I gotta take down this ripsalis. I think the ripsalis is actually gonna go in my living room because I'm installing something in there that you will see soon, and I do think that it's gonna look quite nice. So yeah, we gotta get this down because it's just getting in the way of everything now. And the reason I even had it up here is because it's so long. I have never owned a ripsalis like this that just gets so long. It's really nice. That's what I wanted. If you guys can hear creaking, that is my little baby on his jolly jumper. It's the only time I can get 20 minutes to myself a day. Everything kind of just needs to shift. I'm wondering if I can get away with leaving this one where it is and just angling it toward the shelf and then moving this one closer that away. Oh, you know, I try and take these shortcuts, but I'm always scared I'm gonna like drill into something that I'm not supposed to be drilling into. Like a pipe, that's one of my biggest fears, is drilling into a pipe, drilling into electrical. And my parents are coming to visit me sometime, I hope soon. And I'm gonna put my dad to work. He's always complaining that, he's always like, oh, I need to go on vacation. And then he complains that he's bored and he wants stuff to do. So I'm going to make him patch all the holes in my wall and make it look pretty again, because I have put so many holes in the walls here. I have so many screws that need to be removed and patched up. It's bad. If I can at least get the lights down or the lights fixed before lunch, I would be really happy. Okay. I'm just gonna rip them down for now and then I'll remove the tape in a bit. Okay, so I've got, oh, I need a screwdriver. I got a comment on YouTube a couple weeks ago and it was like women should not be allowed to use power tools. Like, babe, do you even know the difference between a Phillips screwdriver and a flathead screwdriver? Just wondering. And also, keep your thoughts to yourself and don't ever come on this channel again because you're yucky. Oh my gosh. Please don't fall. How's that look, people? Can't see it. Okay, well that side's lit. That's good. Now, I think I might actually just move this other one where the current, or where I just moved it from, and just reuse the hole. All right, now I just need to go plug this one in. I think that this needs to be angled a little bit more that way, but then I kind of get this dead space in the center like this. I don't think that there's enough light here. Oh no. Ideally a third light would have been awesome, but I don't have that luxury at the moment. Okay, let's take some readings really quick. Guys, look at all the holes and crap up there. It's so messy. But yeah, this is the light sitch over here. So this is what I'm saying. Like, I think it looks a little bit dark right in this little area. And then there's a dark spot over there. So like, ideally I would like to shift that to like angle more that way, but then I lose even more light here. I could also angle that one a little bit that way. But I don't know, what do you guys think? Terrible, terrible angle. But the last thing I'm gonna do before lunch is take some readings. So this is my houseplant journal LTH meter. And it's cool, I'm actually gonna meet him in a few weeks. We're going to the same, well, we're not going to the same event together. I am going to his event here locally, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, it measures light, temperature, and humidity. Typically, if I can be in the 200 range, that's like, it's gold for me. 300 to 400 would be even better. Foot candles, I'm talking foot candles. But 200, if I can get at least 200, I would be happy. So I'm hoping for 200, but I don't even think I'm gonna be close. If it's even around 150, I might just leave it and see how it does. But if it's not even 150, I'm gonna have to adjust the lights. Okay, 171, that's not bad. over here. What are you seeing? Okay, a little bit lower. That's what I mean. Like this corner is just, it's a little dark. 78. But like if you look here, like this is gold for me. 270, I'm happy. Let's see what my patty's getting. 142. Not as much as I would like, unfortunately. My main concerns on this shelf is my tortum and my patty. So I think either the lights need to be closer to the shelf, like in proximity, like they're a little bit too far. I need a third one, or I gotta angle it different. I cannot buy another one right now because it's not available in Canada. I could move it closer, but the closer I get, the less overshine. What word am I thinking of? Meaning like it's gonna be really segregated. Like I'm gonna get like 2 spots of light and it's not gonna sort of diffuse outward. So I don't know what to do. Look, this leaf is getting 98 foot candles. Oh, you poor thing. I know, Archie, I feel the same way. You know, with this setup, it's really not getting a lot of light. It's really not, but it's okay for now. I am not going to hyperfixate on the overhead lighting at this present moment. If anything, I can maybe ship a third light to a PO box in the States because me and Alice are actually planning to go to Washington sometime soonish, I think. So maybe I can just order a third, because I think ordering a third light would probably be the best option for me at this point. So yeah, that's where we are with the lights. Okay guys, so the last thing that I wanted to do in here was earthquake proof my stuff. This was the whole reason for, well, I'm not gonna say the whole reason, but it was a big reason why we wanted to switch the apartment around, and there would be no point if I didn't actually earthquake proof the stuff. So there are quite a few options in terms of earthquake proofing. There's like really industrial stuff for like really big heavy shelves where you kind of like bolt it on with like metal. But honestly, my shelves aren't crazy heavy. They're only housing plants. They're not really heavy shelves. So I felt like these would suffice for what I needed. And they were also so much cheaper than any other option on Amazon. And I actually like the versatility of these ones over the other ones where you have to actually screw into the wall and then screw into your shelf. The way that this one works is there's 2 really strong adhesive pads here. So you stick one to the wall, you stick one to your shelf, and then you zip tie them. Oh wait, one to your shelf, one to the wall, and then you zip tie them closed. So I've already done it to my big mirror out there, which is something that I was stressed about with having a baby. I was just like, how am I going to secure this if he leans on it and pulls on it? I used 4 of these bad boys, 2 at the top, 2 at the bottom. So even if he tries to pull it, it's not going anywhere. It's really, really strong. They like lock into each other and then you can adjust the tightness. So I just went ahead and I did 2 on each side here. I didn't use 2 of the pads because I didn't want to rip the peel off of my shelf. So as you can see, I just did 1 on the wall and then I zip tied it to the metal bars. And I definitely think that's gonna be strong enough to hold if there's an earthquake. I also did it to my EXO because my EXO is also kind of one of those ones that I worry about. And then once I get started on all of the living room, not renovations, but once I get the shelves in the living room, I'm going to be earthquake proofing those as well. I'm basically going to earthquake proof everything possible in this house, because it kind of doubles as baby proofing as well, which was another thing I was really stressed out about. But honestly, I don't think it's going to be that bad. The only other big thing that I need to do in here is find a rug that fits. I need to find the right size. I need to find the right one that can be cleaned, that's not going to look super dirty. I don't want to pay premium Amazon or Wayfair prices. I want to see if I can find one at, not at their store. I want to find one at either Canadian Tire, Target, Walmart, one of those. And I'm leaning toward an outdoor rug so that I can use my Tinco, is that how you say it? Tinco mop. I want to be able to mop over it. I don't want it to be just like fabric where I have to only use a vacuum cleaner. So yeah, I think it's going to be a little tricky finding the right rug, but hopefully in the next few weeks, one presents itself to me. In terms of other stuff that I want to add, I was thinking of adding some like art prints on the wall in the back, but I don't really want anything to distract away from the plant, so I might not do that. But I'm trying to find a way to make this space feel more homey and flow better with the rest of my house rather than it being like plant room, you know? And I do think getting rid of most of the wire shelving and the exos helped a lot. But again, it's not as cozy as I would like it to be, but I think we're getting closer. Anyway, I don't know what people's reaction to all of the changes in here are gonna be. I think I'm moving in the right direction though. There is gonna be a lot of adjustment for me anyway. I think primarily in the living room, because I'm so used to having my double shelves out there and just having plants all over the place. But as our family changes, as Archie is more mobile, I want him to have the maximum amount of space in the house to kind of play and be a kid. And I don't want my plant aesthetic being the thing that stops him from doing that. And overall, I think the change out there is just better for our family. It's just gonna take some adjusting. And I think that having the double shelves in here will at least make me feel like I didn't have to give up too much. And now begins my journey of growing primarily in ambient. It's kind of not scary. It makes me a little nervous that I don't really have a backup plan. I don't plan on getting like a temporary tent or something in case things go south. I really am just gonna see it's like survival of the fittest at this point. If I see certain plants, no matter which plant it is, that constantly are like dying back or just not doing well in ambient, just having a terrible time adjusting, I will probably get rid of those. And I want to see my collection slim down a lot, at least before summer. That would be ideal. But at this point, I'm just kind of feeling out who I can let go of and who's gonna stay. But I think that this plant room is a step in the direction that I want to be going. And I guess this is a reminder that it's okay if your needs change, if your wants change in terms of what your space looks like, what kind of plants you want to have, how many plants you want to have. And I feel like there might be some people who are disappointed to see me kind of transition this room into what it is, but that's just what I need to do for myself. This is where I see my collection going, and I think the only difference is that I am showing it here in front of a camera rather than just doing it behind the scenes, because everyone does it. I think everyone is just constantly readjusting and rethinking the way that they go about this hobby. So yeah, that is the end of my TED Talk. Thank you guys for being here. I did not even acknowledge the fact that it has been 5 years now that I've been on YouTube. I joined YouTube March 2020. March 2020 or 2021. I really just can't believe I'm still doing this. Honestly, I did not think that I would last this long. My channel has been slowly dying since I went on maternity leave. I feel like the algorithm really did not like when I left, and it is showing me that. There are some people who have said that I've just not, like, they're not subscribed to me anymore. They don't remember unsubscribing. They knew they were subscribed to me and now they're not. I don't know how it all works. All I know is at this point, I am here for the love of plants and for the love of being on YouTube, because it's been hard. It's been hard, but I'm excited to just keep showing you guys what's going on in this house, showing you how my collection is changing, and I'm really excited to show you what the living room looks like. I don't know if that's gonna go up next week or the week after, but it will be soon. So anyway, if you like this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and I will see you in the next one.